Namaskarams Masters. Namaskarams Master E.K. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmala Spatikakrutim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagriva Upasmahe. Those who are having spiritual attitude, for all the people, I am telling my namaskarams and pranamams to them, and my pranamams to my all gurus. And today's topic is in English, the World Sleep Day. So the situation has arisen that even the human being, which is a natural phenomena, to be achieved by any artificial structures. So this World Sleepy Day was every year in the month of March 17th, or like that. This year the 18th March used to celebrating this 18th. But many people doesn't know all these facts. Even education people who are under the education, even the medical or non-medical, they doesn't know the things, because every day one kind of day is going on in this world. How many days are required for this? We are having only 365. We are going to celebrate like this. The no day was left for the celebrating our pathetic situations. So simply, what is a sleep? Sleep is very, very simply, if you are, it is a phase. It is a resting phase. Means we are having, by, due to the sun's and earth rotation, there is light and darkness. When the darkness comes, the all beings are wanted to take rest, and that was the night is called the resting phase of the living beings. And another phenomenon of sleep is because it has been a conditional reflex over the body and mind. Conditional reflex. So what kind of conditions? The condition means there are one or two or three, but not two or three. Many conditions were reflexed the human mind. So according to that reflex, the human being will respond, and so he may get the sleep. That is another phenomena. So that is usually the reflex is more, and conditions was laid on the human being is more. So night will have used to people used to sleep. So if we define like this, the so many phenomena will arise, because one definition is not enough. There are so many definitions. But only difference we can differentiate the thing is why the animals are taking rest as per the nature, why the human being is unable to get the natural rest because of lack of sleep. That should be agreed. Lack of sleep means there are reasons are so many that human being has himself involved in those or indulged in those practices. So another one is we cannot regret for this. The applied of the Almighty has given the certain gifts to the human being. So his will and willful thinking, his own adjustments according to the naturally, whatever he required, he can adopt it. So for such a way we are getting the dhyana, we are doing dhyanas, etc., etc. So many things. So another, the scientifically the one kind of theory is the difference between the REM means the rapid eye movement and non-rapid eye movement. So sleep is almost like that non-rapid eye movement. Non-rapid eye movement means eyeball. Why it is? It is a lot of things in behind that, because the drusya means what we are able to perception. Perceptional seeing and not natural seeing is different. So if a person is gone to cinema and seeing, if he got very deep, unable to give his appropriate this eye to see that one, naturally he will get the sleep. Sometimes with most difficult he will see the movie because of the fatigue. The fatigue is only, so the eyes will express the first way of fatigue through his body. And naturally, this REM means the difference of REM may varies from person to person. Means rapid eye movement and non-rapid eye movement. There are two states here. And another is naturally the two states only we can expect in any living being. That is active state and non-active state. So sleep is a non-active state, but he will allow and he will perform certain functions without any doubt. So this is presented in the body. So this is a coordination between the body and the mind also will applicable. So if we see like this, so many parameters will comes under the heading of the sleep. And another point is the if the states are really non-active state is there. If we think properly, non-active state is there. No, the active state is more active. Non-active state is less active, in my opinion, because certain hormones are secreting. That's why the hormone secretion is purely on diurnal basis. This please underline, my dear friends. Please underline this statement. And another is the one important factor in the diagnosis of certain things of health, BMR, basal metabolic rate of in a human body. The basal metabolic rate is very very less. Never be it is stopped. Metabolic reactions can be stopped in the human body, even in active state or non-active state, but will be reduced to certain level. These are the things which are functioned about the sleeping state and non-sleeping state. We can call it as a controlled state. The controlled state is a state which is controlled by himself or by the nature, both. Natural control and additionally he has to control. These two are very important points. This uh, withdrawing himself to the active state also is required by the human being. These are the another some more points we can go for that. Sleep for the which is required for the rest. A particular rest is required for the muscles and whatever the cells, whatever the things which are having a rest is required for due to the fatigue. So when the fatigue and when the capabilities are unable to execute the capabilities in in proper manner, then automatically we have to understand we are in need of some rest. Then we have to take rest. Such things were not done by the human being, not acceptable by the human being because of so many stress and also so the other things. And as per the Ayurveda, we can tell this sleep will be a three states which are controlled by one and another in a peculiar way. This cannot be understood. So actually three qualities of human being, even Bhagavad Gita also told that sattva, rajas, tamo gunas. All the three gunas released certain humors, means doshas. Due to the dosha, suppose pitta dosha is more than the two other doshas, definitely the people is very aggressive, some aggressive state. Like that, if one phase is so, the two phases which were controlled by living being himself only because of certain understandings, etc. This is very good, right kind of thinking. Man to control his mind is first. So mind is the root cause for the sleep. So mind will sleep, automatically body will have. So body and mind has to coordinate each other to get the sleep. And apart from this, lifestyle is one of the important reason for that. Mind and occupational health and environmental pollution and other these are the, but occupational health is not a phenomena as to be accepted by the many living beings because they want to ruin the health themselves. Important point is though the point is very small and discussed elaborately on each and every part of these four things. But man will not and science will not agree for this. All these things, apart from that, we have to go for them because of ignorance. Man never accepts his own ignorance. Ignorance means lack of knowledge. If lack of knowledge means a scientific thinking, a social environmental thinking, and his own body levels, etc., should be understood and coordinated himself. This will not be done by any man. Moreover, the man has brought so many unwanted things because of alcoholism. So alcohol, no doubt, alcoholism will give certain alcohol will give some percentage of sleep induced things like the drugs and also the unwanted and wanted drugs. Due to the health, drug for health is different from unwanted drugs, which are the, this man who used to take these drugs unwantedly because of the passionate things, etc. About this thing, and also its scenario is exposed because of daily lifestyle daily lifestyle, food, etc. So nowadays the man is going for the parties, etc., even up to the midnight, and after midnight he will come and sleep with a over stress, and he cannot get up in the appropriately, and he will take further sleep also will ruin his health. So what the sleep day will gives to the public, I cannot understand, but achieved properly by the living of a appropriate environmental application is very essential. There are so many things are involved in this environment, and also diurnal setup. We have to have, man has to accept the time and diurnal setup for this. And steps are not all steps are, and somewhat we have to accept it. For all these things man has to uh, the whatever the education current education system has to impart the health education for this thing, not for the sleepy day, but how to get a appropriate sleep. And certain shastras are can be easily for this. People will also, if we introduce this course, definitely some people will, we will give the course and we will get you to sleep, we will get to something and give me some thousands of money for this course. So that is such a worst concept of mechanisms, and also the education systems are prevalent in our society. So anyhow, the put the word sleep, or how can it any world is world day, the world, any world, the world day is world day, and sleepy day is the sleepy day. At least if on that particular day some people are awakened and understand and properly get the knowledge, they will apply application of those certain principles in their future life. Definitely this will not be a big thing to go to. And what this theme of this sleepy day for this year is, there are 3 points. One is quality sleep, sound mind, and happy world. These two are contradictory to each other. Which is first? None can tell. So in which stage you are, in which stage I am, I can't, I have to understand, but others cannot understand. Others cannot tell also. So these are the not appropriate things. Sleep is not an enjoyment. This should be understood before touching these 3 points. Sleep is not an enjoyment. So whatever the enjoyments are not for the sleep. Though they are contradictory to each other, we have to understand properly. So before or after, when it is think, it is better to get a good sleep. By good sleep is the key to healthy life. Good sleep is the key to the healthy life. So if a man needs a healthy life, definitely he will be in the healthy life. Definitely he will have a good sleep. So health is the more component than to getting the sleep. So by taking the drugs, because the Indian psychology always induces some kind of drugs to get the sleep. So ultimately they will ruin the circulatory and the principal organ of the circulatory system will be ruined. Ultimately, man will lead to death. So kindly understand and go for this. At least some more points, some more things can be discussed when the time comes. Thank you. One and all. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om shanti shanti shanti.